G'day everybody and welcome back to Star Cub Review. I'm your host as always, Star Cub, and on tonight's quick episode recap for episode 5, this is my review for episode 5 of Alien Earth, In Space No One, and yeah, I've got a lot to say about this episode. We finally know after 5 episodes after 5 episodes, basically, what happened to the USCSS Maginot, how it was sabotaged, why it crashed on Earth, and man, does this episode really go to places that I just literally are just stupid. And yep, now I know for sure Noah Hawley is retconning almost so much about the Alien franchise as a whole with the movies to fit his aesthetic, and man was I on point with some of this, because it just completely changes everything about how you see the movies now, and how none of this makes any sense. But before I get into that, I just want to say g'day to everyone new to my channel, subscribing to my channel, or just watching my videos, or even commenting. Thanks so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. And to everyone returning, you know I'll love and appreciate you. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into it without an introductory credit, introduction roll. I'm just going to get straight into this episode. So yeah, we finally know what happened to the Maginot to make it crash. And this episode just was completely and utterly baffling, confusing. The crew of the Maginot, hands down, are dumb, completely stupid. It sets the scene. We're 17 days. They're 17 days away from Earth, and they've already got their specimens. So they've collected the specimens, which you've seen in previous episodes. Not all of them, but some of them we've already seen. And so there's one of my biggest disappointments there already, that they've already got the specimens and they're on their way home. So we never actually get a clarification or a look at what planet they were on. Never truly explains how they captured these creatures, the specimens, for Weyland-Yutani. And on top of that, they have the ovomorphs, which are the facehugger eggs. They've got specimens of facehuggers, and they got Oxellus, which is the eyeball creature, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that thing. So cool. And the ticks, as they're now called, the bug that sucks all your blood, it's now been confirmed that that's some sort of parasitic tick. Got to see more of Plumbicare, that weird plant, like seed pod thing. But we don't get to see any of the other specimens, not yet. We see the famous facehuggers, of course, and of course the xenomorph. Man, will I get to more of that. So basically, we don't get a clear idea of which planet they were on, whether it's the planet that I think where they got the alien eggs from and the specimens from. Because if that's the case, and it gets revealed before the series end, before the season finale, I'm literally going to lose my shit if it's already inferred that they've already been to Anchoron, which is later known as LV-426, because it's established in the Alien universe that those eggs were in that derelict spaceship on that planet, Anchoron, before Nostromo even set foot. So if the Maginot has already visited there, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But then again, it's which I will divulge in this review, that by the end of it we get who sabotaged and how it was sabotaged. We also, it's basically all the crew on this Maginot are either dumb, stupid, or just completely not even self-aware of what they're doing is stupid. No surgical masks on, no actual equipment, you know, when they're doing procedures and whatnot. Oh, and let's not mention one of the science officers there is eating and drinking in the scientific lab where you're doing experiments. How fucking stupid. Like, could you get any more stupid? I'm just like, there's so many stupid points in this episode that I just wanted to go, what the fuck are you doing, Noah Hawley? Like, fucking really? This is beyond stupidity. And it, you know, it gets established. The crew already know of the xenomorph. They already know that it's called a xenomorph. They've been told, you know, it just, they know about it. And that the specimens, some of the crew know, some of them aren't aware, like, why are we getting them and all this kind of stuff. But then some of the other crew know, and it's just like, I'm just like, oh my God. It's just stupid. So now they're already aware that this creature is known as a xenomorph, because all hell breaks loose. There's 2 crew members that got face huggers on them, and obviously they're trying Morrow and the captain, the other lady captain who takes over from the captain that has died after they tried to surgically take it off his face, which is reminiscent of Alien 1, which felt too surreal there. But Noah Hawley had to one up and put 2 crew members with face huggers. One of them didn't make it, obviously the captain. So I'm just like, wow, that's a huge callback to Alien 1, even before Alien 1 was even, you know, even before Alien 1, 2 years set before. But wow, that's it, you know, that's a cool thing they did. But you know, Captain's dead because they tried to surgically remove it, and then they find out it's got acid for blood, and it basically kills him. The other one's got it attached to him. So what better way to do than we'll put him in a cryopod with the thing attached to his face, and we'll put him in cryo sleep and freeze him for the trip home. Because, yeah, that's smart. Don't you know, don't altogether worry too much. Because, you know, a lot of these crew members are not aware of just how dumb their decisions are. Like, really fucking dumb. Let's not to mention that when we get to the xenomorph, the big chap, it just, no, it's not doing anything for me. It has way too many human characteristics to it. It looks too rubbery. It looks really dry. It doesn't have the biomechanical feel. It doesn't have the wet feel of the big chap from Alien 1. And it doesn't have like the wet sort of feel from Aliens. And the xenomorph just looks completely dry and more humanoid than anything. It actually, you can tell someone's in a suit. And let's not mention when it runs and whatnot bipedal, that it looks cool, but at the same time, could have done that a whole lot better. Some really dumb choices made by crew members. The plot just goes, Morrow's plot is pretty cool, but at the same time, I'm starting to see fractures there. This episode went all over the place. We got to see Oxalis, how it escaped, how it possesses one of the crew members, one of the engineers. And in an all-out duel, it goes head-to-head with the xenomorph towards the end of this episode. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? It launches the guy on the xenomorph, and they're having a full-out fight, and then he bites it, because the Oxalis has taken over the engineer, the older engineer dude that's working on the Maginot, which I just thought was absolutely fucking stupid. And then the thing pops out of the Excellus pops out of his body and attaches itself to the xenomorph, and the xenomorph's trying to fight it off, and that was pretty cool. But at the same time, I'm like, the effects on that xenomorph are just awful, just fucking awful. And it's basically, my biggest fear is that Noah Hawley was retconning major events, and it just makes absolutely no sense now when it comes to Alien, that it's basically set 2 years after Alien Earth, and it just makes no sense because they, the specimens in that have been on Earth, and Weyland-Yutani know about it. So what was the point of Weyland-Yutani redirecting the Nostromo to the beacon, the distress beacon in the Zeta Reticuli area, when it's established now in Alien Earth, episode 5, people, that Weyland-Yutani already know they're xenomorphs. It's already been established they know what it is. But in the original, when you go back and watch the original, it's only implied Ash knows what, has some context, knows what the creature is and whatnot. I think that's because of the 2 prequels, Prometheus and Covenant so far, but is not fully aware of what the name of it's called, because setting this all up where Weyland-Yutani already know about the xenomorph and whatnot, it just makes no sense for them to send the Nostromo to the distress beacon if they already have specimens on Earth. So I don't know, help me out here, people. Like, what did you all think about this episode? I mean, there were some really crazy, gory moments in it, but at the same time, this episode was just, it was an hour and 4 minutes of crew members being stupid, and some really cool parts from the Excellus and the other creatures, but not any screen time for some of the others that have been locked away. So I'm a bit pissed off there again. And it's just retconning events that it just makes no sense. Like, where is Noah Hawley going with all of this? Is it gonna be explained by episode 8 of season 1 that when it comes to Alien, that it's gonna neatly explain that, because at the moment it's a big pile of mumbo jumbo that makes me think, well, technically, if they already had specimens on Earth, then none of these Alien movies should exist, because then why would they need the Nostromo to go to the distress beacon where there's thousands and thousands of eggs in this derelict spaceship if it hasn't been established yet whether they knew about that ship or whether they knew about the distress call? So it's just, Noah Hawley is just now completely fucked with the franchise's lore, and it's making me feel like, as much as I really want to continue watching this series, and I do, but at the same time, it's making me go, this should have been a standalone series set out of that universe and have its own aesthetic and its own universe, so it didn't have to correspond with any of the movies or the prequels in some sort of way. And at the moment, it's retconned the prequels, and it's retconning certain things leading up to Aliens. So it makes no sense to me. It makes no sense that this should even keep going the way that it's going, because it's complicating the lore even further into the franchise. It really is. And it's I don't know. It's really, this episode, there were good aspects, but then there were so many bad aspects of it. I really do fear that Noah Hawley doesn't know what he's doing, He says he knows what he's doing, but I don't think he is actually truly aware that what you're doing, mate, is effectively you're fucking up the franchise where it's not going to make any sense. But anyway, you know, I enjoy it for what it is, I guess, but I just have big doubts that this is gonna keep going it's like gonna go down in a really cool path where there's a major twist, or it's gonna keep going into this whole territory that Weyland-Yutani battling it out with Prodigy, and I can't stand Prodigy as it is. Oh, and we also find out by the episode's end, big spoiler alert here, people. If you don't want to watch this bit now, tune out. It's established at the end, or towards the end, in a big twist, that Boy Cavalier had a huge hand in sabotaging the ship, because he had an undercover helper on the ship that was sabotaging the Maginot for it to deliberately crash into Earth, so he could get the specimens, and he had planned this with the chief engineer of the USCSS Maginot. And yeah, that was a twist that I didn't see coming, but at the same time I'm like, okay, let's see what the next episode can pull off, I guess. But other than that, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, and I will catch you all with another one very soon. All right, guys, ciao.